Hey guys, well, Star Wars Celebration has come to an end, and I'm here with my good friend Admiral Pelion to discuss all the brand new Star Wars Rebels news for Season 3.
Hello there.
So let's get started. Do you actually know who I was referencing?
No.
Okay.
Is it?
Like Thrawn's right-hand man in the Thrawn trilogy. Well, sort of, but
Are you claiming to be Thrawn then?
maybe.
Well,
But, yes,
you can claim to be Thrawn until you're blue in the face, my friend. I'll never believe it.
Touche.
Oh, by the way, Thrawn was announced.
Yeah, Thrawn! Holy crap! So, well, where would you like to start, my friend?
Probably at the start. Kanan.
Okay, so wait, can you go through the trailer then?
Yeah, may as well.
That's probably a good way to do it, yeah.
He's got a new look. It lets us get a good 45 minutes out of it, so, you know.
That's true, that's very true. So, I really do like Kanan's new look with the beard.
Yes.
Again, General Ram Kanan.
Yes.
Just getting further and further into that.
He's gone very big with his eye patch, though, hasn't he? He's very adamant that no one can know that he's blind.
Apparently, it's based on some famous story of a blind samurai that wore some sort of head armor or face piece similar to that.
Right.
But yeah, I like it well enough. I was kind of thinking just like a cool blindfold or something a little bit more understated than that.
Yeah, but I still like it,
Mm.
and I want to see how his character works now. I think we mentioned that at the end of season 2 when we talked
Definitely.
about that, but his look makes him look so much wiser and like he's taken on a more passive role. But
He's not going to be the same fighter that he was. I mean, we see in that the standalone clip there, at least with Darth Maul, that he's still kind of a bit wobbly
yes,
with the whole thing. Because he gets led into an airlock.
yeah,
So he's obviously not going to be quite the same fighter, but there are some scenes later in the trailer which certainly show him, using the Force to fight in different ways. So,
yep.
One of the interesting things I actually do find about this very first shot is you can actually see there's some sort of little birds or critters kind of climbing over him. I'm not really sure why, but I guess so he's obviously still very, very much for Jedi, very much for light side.
They look like snails. Now, were they those creatures? Because this clearly looks like it's on their rebel base.
Yeah, the planet from the end of season 2.
Were those creatures in the last few episodes?
Maybe they were the ones that were scared of the spiders.
Yes.
That's probably what it is. Again, it's been a little while, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely I'm digging the beard though. I'm digging the beard.
Yes.
And of course, then we see Ezra, and he's certainly changed a great deal,
He has.
which I really do like because I was kind of thinking that he would never really change much in appearance.
Yes. I'm surprised. I like it.
Mm.
So he's gone for I almost expected him to have the Padawan tail,
Yeah, the ponytail sort of thing.
the ponytail, but he's gone for just a clean cut.
Mm.
Which,
I like it more. I was thinking that maybe we'd either go for a more like dark sidey sort of Ezra, or we're like sort of like the Anakin in Episode 3 style of approach.
yes.
With the holocron and all that, or we would go like you said, the Padawan thing.
Yeah.
Much like Kanan had, in fact.
Yes.
But yeah, they've gone for a very different design, and I think it really suits him. It makes him look much more grown up,
It does.
which is always a good thing in this series.
It does. Yes.
Anything grown up, I will take.
Well, he had to grow up after Malachor.
True, that's true.
5.
And we see him in action, and he's amazing now.
Oh yeah.
Like he is no longer just the kid fumbling with the lightsaber, and it's so satisfying to see that progression.
Truly.
But and of course he's still got the Sith holocron, and he and Kanan are really seem to still be arguing about it.
Well, they would be. It's such a point of difference between them.
But the thing is, though, this is a fair amount of time after the season 2 finale. Obviously. As far as I can tell, it's been said that this is only 2 years out now from Rogue One.
Oh, is it?
Mm.
And by extension, episode 4.
Yeah, so we're getting very close now.
Yes. Okay.
So obviously a reasonable amount of time has passed since season 2. So I I'm surprised they're still talking about it in these terms.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Ezra's kind of been using it in the background, but... I'm surprised that Kanan's still like, no, it's too dangerous. Like, they're still having this same basic discussion.
Well, it depends on... I suppose it depends on what the Holocron's actually done in the past.
It's interesting that Kanan does actually say to Ezra, the secrets in that thing almost destroyed you. Maybe that hints at something that happened in the maybe year or so in between.
Maybe. Or maybe it'll actually be revealed. Maybe it's like something he says midway through the season and early on in the season. He goes to a big... it's all... We have no idea where anything's placed in time.
I feel like most of it will probably be pretty early on, though. Like, I don't feel like we've seen more than maybe 4 or 5 episodes content.
No, I expect because they did the same thing with the last, season 2. The first trailer they released was the first half of the season. Or even only a few episodes in that. But then they did a mid-season trailer, which had Malachor and stuff. But you never saw any of Malachor or any of that until that trailer. So
True. This
will all be early stuff, but who knows?
It's an interesting thing. I find it interesting the Holocron is still a thing which was debated. Because, when we were discussing it, we were thinking, maybe Ezra's gone, full on dark side by the time we meet him again.
Yeah.
So...
That would be a bit of a kick in the teeth, though, if he had.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I like the direction they're going. I think they're kind of trying to find a balance.
Yes.
But certainly Ezra is a long way from evil.
Yes. His eyes, though, they're such a... I don't know, I'm looking at them, and he looks angry.
Angry is the right way. It's like Mr. Potato Head's angry eyes.
Yes.
I think it's because the eyebrows are more pronounced now.
Yes.
Or something like that. Well, anyway, so then we see a Imperial Academy on a cool, I don't know what world, but maybe it's Bespin.
Could be, but we know from episode 5 that the Empire had no presence on Bespin.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. But obviously a similar sort of thing. You've got a sunset, cloudy planet, floating academy.
Yep, they're probably mining to the gas of some sort.
And then, of course, we get our first surprise.
Yes.
Well, first returning character, I suppose.
Yes.
Wedge.
I love it. I love it.
I'm shocked, honestly. But it makes complete sense.
It does, and it looks like Wedge.
Oh, in the little the clip with the 3 of them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It's Wedge.
That's awesome.
It's not Captain Antilles, it's Wedge.
That's, considering that they couldn't get the guy back to do episode 7.
Yes, well, yes.
This is a great way of keeping Wedge in canon, because, this trailer really seems like it's aimed at our era, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much so.
Just sort of the post-Return of the Jedi extended universe, early extended universe stuff, really seems to be rife here, so...
Well, they know who they're targeting.
Definitely.
They know that, kids will watch it, but we're the ones who will talk about it.
Yeah, and I guess in some ways, kids will watch it as long as it's just a cool action show with Star Wars elements. With us, with adults, to get us to watch it, they have to, throw in this stuff.
Yes, they know how to target our pressure points.
Definitely.
And speaking of pressure points, we have the pirate fuckwit back.
Actually, just before that, I wanted to say, Commander Sato is still in charge. Why is Commander Sato still in charge?
Yes, he's proven to be inept and incompetent every step of the way.
Why hasn't this guy been killed yet? He's not there in Rogue One, is he?
Nope.
Or at least episode 4 anyway, so... I'm kind of hoping for that story where we get, I don't know, Mon Mothma taking control or something like that.
Yes, or maybe Commander Sato dies gloriously in a ball of flame and...
Doesn't deserve that.
Well...
He's just useless. And it frustrates me that he is useless.
What type... Okay, let me ask you, what death do you think would be appropriate on screen in this kid show? How would you like Commander Sato to die in this kid show on screen? Just describe how you would like it to happen.
Honestly, if it was just off-screen in between series, I would have been happy.
No, I insist you describe in great detail an on-screen death for this character.
Okay, he pilots a... Alright, let's just say, let's give him a good ending. Let's say he pilots a cruiser into like a Star Destroyer or something.
See, I like it, but I think more in fitting with his character, he should pilot a Corellian Corvette directly into a planet by accident. And with no threat or anything, he's just trying to take off, and all of a sudden, oh no, we're aiming for the planet accidentally, and then boom!
We think we're going to get another Forgotten Droid episode with the wacky adventures of Commander Sato, and then it just ends with his death.
Man can dream.
But speaking of other characters that we wish would just disappear, yes, Hondo.
Hondo, that's it. The pirate fuckwit.
Yes.
Please bleep those out.
Why would you bring him back again? I mean, okay, I will say, we know for a fact that this is the first episode.
We do?
And apparently it starts in a kind of a fun, jokey way and then gets darker from there. Because they screened the first episode for people at Star Wars Celebration.
Of course, right.
Of course they did. Even though the series doesn't start until autumn. Well, which is our spring, so yeah.
So, a few months.
But yes, not only Hondo though, but also that fat bat-like dude who wanted Hera in the slave uniform.
What species are they? I need to remember, because
I have no idea, and I don't know if I want to meet that species.
No, we met them in episode 5. They...
What?
Ugnaughts.
It's not an Ugnaught. You're thinking of the clip.
Oh, yeah. So
no, I'm talking about in a later scene, where they're actually on the Ghost.
Okay. So, I'll get to it soon.
Yeah, okay, so... But, yeah, no...
I thought you were talking about the Ugnaught.
No.
Well, Ugnaughts look vaguely bat... They look more pig-like.
Yeah, they're much more pig-like, I would say.
But then again, we have the Gamorreans for that, so...
Yeah.
So Star Wars needs to, work on its animals. Well, that's so racist, I'm sorry. They need to work on their species.
Diversify.
Diversify, yes.
But, yes, so... Hondo's back, yeah. I mean, as long as he's only in the first episode and never appears again, or he could have a solid death.
Where he crashes into a planet on a Corvette.
I think you could actually give Hondo, like, a surprisingly heroic death in the final moment.
You could, and
just for Ezra.
Yeah. No, for us. For us. Fuck Ezra, do it for us.
I just mean because Ezra obviously still likes the guy.
Yes, he does.
So, anyway. But Hondo at least does start off this plot with the Y-Wings.
Yes.
And it's cool to see Y-Wings.
It is. I mean, it's not like in my Star Wars headcanon, because I always saw B-Wings as heavy bombers.
Yep.
So why not get the heavy bomber first and then start with the light bomber? Though it turns out now B-Wings are fighters. So
Yeah. But a few interesting things, actually. Dave Filoni has said that a big thing they wanted to communicate with the presence of the Y-Wings is that, of course, we're getting so close to Episode 4 now, everything's got to start looking like Episode 4.
Yeah.
So he said this is the transition.
Well, that's
series.
nice.
So,
I like it.
And, of course, it fits in very well with the fact that Rogue One is coming out this year, so...
Yeah. Do you expect to see X-Wings in this season?
Could be. It'd probably be the second half of the season, but I could definitely see it. And I could see it being a Wedge-inclusive episode.
Oh, that would be nice.
That would be a really cool nod for fans. But one thing I do notice in the Y-Wing thing, though...
Yes?
One of the shots we see, with them all lined up in the trailer,
mm-hmm.
Chopper is actually in the Y-Wing.
Oh, is he? So he is.
I don't know... I mean, I guess this is when they're stealing them or something like that, but...
Oh.
Anyway. So yeah, obviously I guess one of the early episodes is about stealing the Y-Wings. We see a battle with some battle droids.
Which I actually like.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to use that stuff, fair enough.
Have they used battle droids before?
Not in... Maybe once in this in Rebels, have they?
I don't know.
Was there like a battle droid head or something? I think that was some sort of reference anyway.
Yeah, there might have been a reference, maybe on that planet with the clone, that...
Oh no, I'm thinking of that Lego Freemakers.
Yes,
thing.
The Freemakers. Yes, regardless, I'm happy to see battle droids just because, as much as I hate to admit it, I've missed the buggers.
Look, as long as they don't talk like they did in Clone Wars, I'm totally fine.
Oh, they absolutely will. There's no chance of that not being the thing. But
they kind of look, fairly cold and like they're just marching in unison and... like battle droids should.
I doubt that they'll have the same character that they tried to give them in the Clone Wars, which is another thing to be thankful for.
Yes.
But, you never know.
Yeah, well, fair enough then. Fair enough. We, of course, another thing that we get from this trailer is that Rex seems to be a main part of the team now.
Yep.
Because he appears in most of the battles we see. Maybe it's just because it's shots from the same battle, but he obviously seems to still have a pretty big role.
Which is good. I like Rex.
Yeah, so do I. I'm kind of surprised that he is still such a big part of a team, though, because I kind of figured after Ahsoka died, he might have, gone too, but headed off or something.
Yes, but he seems to be in it to win it.
Indeed. We can see that Cham Syndulla, was that his name? Hera's father?
Yep.
He's back. You can see him fighting alongside Zeb and Sabine and another Twi'lek.
Yep.
So, I guess maybe going back to Ryloth? In fact, I think it's the same battle with the battle droids.
Quite possibly.
So, I guess maybe that's just their Clone Wars fan service episode. That makes sense. We see what ship is that? We see Ezra fly, in the gunner position of something that looks a bit Corellian.
Yes, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Some sort of YT something. I'm just looking at the TIE fighters more interestingly.
Yeah.
There's one TIE fighter in that group. It might just be the lighting and the angle, but it's the one on the furthest to the left, on the bottom.
Furthest to the left on the bottom. Right.
Doesn't seem to have wings.
Ah, okay.
I was trying to figure out if it was like a TIE interceptor or anything.
It could be one of the TIE strikers. They have been announced for Rogue One.
Okay.
It's a new type of TIE fighter with wings that point out frontwards. They're not on the side vertically like the other ones.
Okay. I'm just because I've gone through scene by scene, and I just cannot get wings, the two wings to appear on that ship. They appear on some of them with the sun, but it looks like it looks more like a vulture droid.
That's basically what a TIE striker is more like.
Okay.
Good eye, my friend. Very good eye. Actually, when I think about it, this can't be Ezra actually in the cockpit, can it?
How come?
Well, he's got his new haircut. This looks like his old haircut.
Yeah, you're right. This got to be someone else.
It could be that woman from who was with Wedge.
Could
actually.
be. Or it could be someone totally different.
It could indeed. Then we get a little scene with Kanan and Ezra jumping into some sort of neon-lit street.
Yep. Do you notice how Ezra has got a blaster pistol?
Yes, he is, as we saw in the first clip that we got, he is definitely much more bloodthirsty.
Yes.
He's not going to stun the stormtroopers anymore, he just shoots them.
Shoots them or cuts them in half with a lightsaber.
Yeah. Which, frankly, just, I like that. It's a subtle way of kind of showing that he's just getting older and he's getting more battle-hardened.
Yes, he's just doing what he has to do.
Yeah, he's not going to worry about keeping the bad guys alive.
Exactly.
He's gotten over his conscience.
Yes. The very next scene, we have a stormtrooper and scout trooper.
Yeah. Scout troopers actually appear in a few different scenes in this.
Do they? Now, who's the two people punching, Josh?
I must admit, I just assumed Ezra and Kanan, but...
You can see, when you see the taller bloke, he has eyes.
He does have eyes, indeed.
And it looks...
interesting.
So I'm pretty sure the second guy is certainly Ezra, but who is that other bloke?
Rex, maybe?
I think
it doesn't look like his build, does it?
No, it doesn't. I'm not sure who it is.
And Ezra and Sabine are about the same height.
Yeah. No, it's definitely. It looks like he's got a beard. He looks dark toned.
Yeah, you're right.
Could be Lando, but it's not.
No, it's not going to be Lando. No. Could it be Saw Gerrera?
Possibly.
Maybe tying it in with Forrest Whitaker's character. I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Especially since Filoni has said that, or heavily implied that that's not on the table yet.
Yeah.
Having a Rogue One character.
Mm.
Probably just a random guy. Probably just a character for that episode, rather than anything else.
Probably.
But again, interesting though.
Yeah. Then we move on to... Well, interesting is a relative term, my friend.
True, that's very true. We're getting to the good stuff, guys. We're getting to the good stuff. Okay. Mandalorians.
Yes.
Who work for the Empire.
Yep.
Which is surprising to me.
It is, but that's good for them.
Why are there so many Mandalorians?
What exactly? for people who turn to peace, yes, they have a lot of warriors.
Yeah, they've really kind of overturned that now, haven't they?
Oh, thank God.
Oh, I agree. That was so stupid in Clone Wars.
Was it George Lucas's idea?
Probably.
Like, well, we've invented this warrior race of people who, originally like the Spartans.
But to be fair, George didn't really establish much for the Mandalorians, did he?
No, but...
That was more of a, KOTOR era thing.
Yes, I mean, Death Watch has been around and stuff, but, regardless of...
Actually, it was probably in a Boba Fett book.
Yeah, possibly. I think you might be right there. But regardless, Mandalorians were established.
Yeah, yes.
And they fucked it up. They made them live on a cube world with,
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
It's alright, my friend, we're past that era. Clone Wars may be canon, but we don't have to pay attention to it.
This is true.
I guess they just want to do more character building stuff with Sabine, which is fair enough.
Oh yeah, I like the fact that, I enjoy the Mandalorian parts to a degree.
Yeah, I liked how they handled in that episode in Season 2 with Kanan and the Mandalorian guy.
Yes.
That was just a really good, slightly more adult episode.
Yep.
Where it's just like ex-war guys who can talk on equal terms.
Yep.
But Sabine, of course, actually, she's been redesigned, and I feel like she's grown taller as well.
And she's got blue hair now.
Well, purple.
Is it? Oh.
I would say purple. Purple and white.
I guess, you're right. It's not... It's very light blue.
So I like how she's looking. She's looking a bit older. I'm actually wondering if they might try and pair her and Ezra up a bit more.
That would be nice.
Because in a lot of the footage from this trailer, they seem to be on missions together, and they just kind of they look more like they're the same sort of age, and I don't know. It was just something that occurred to me while watching the trailer. Really, the first time I saw it, actually.
Yeah.
But nice that she gets some more Mandalorian development.
Yes.
Aside from that, though,
Ezra's green lightsaber.
Yes, of course. I completely forgot to mention that, but yeah, Ezra has a brand new one. Did his old one get destroyed in Season 2?
Probably.
I think Vader must have cut it in half or something.
I can't remember. Regardless, he might not have been able to get out with it because,
that's true.
The shit hit the fan, something fierce there.
But, the fact that it's green, yeah, that's pretty common, I think, for, that always seems to be the second lightsaber.
Yep.
I'm fine with it. It looks like a solid design. It looks maybe a little bit too similar to Luke's Return of the Jedi one.
Maybe Luke's the returning or a character they introduce.
Little, I don't know what, I guess 16-year-old Luke.
Hey, Dad! I built a lightsaber! Oh my god, I actually said, hey, Dad, for the one character who, literally couldn't do it until episode 5.
I thought you said, hey, Dak.
Oh, no. Uncle Owen, I built a lightsaber with some power converters I got at Tashi Station! Shut up, Luke, and drink your damn blue milk.
I don't know. Apparently there was talk of maybe Biggs Darklighter appearing.
That would require them to go to Tatooine. If they go to Tatooine, I'll be a bit pissed off. I feel like Tatooine's the most overused planet ever.
Ezra. Hello, I'm Obi-Wan. I've been watching your progress.
Well, that would be the only way they could do it. If they wanted to do a Tatooine episode, they'd have to have Obi-Wan in it, which I would be okay with.
Yep. Maul versus old Obi-Wan.
Yes.
I could see them doing this now.
Yeah.
We also get in my opinion, one of the most exciting shots in the trailer just after it. Do you know what we're looking at, my friend?
Is it Malachor?
No.
Wait, what's? Give me a second. Give me a second to look at.
128.5.
Oh, well, I was... Dark Troopers.
Dark Troopers. I am positive. I mean, I know we said this about Rogue One, and it's not, but I am positive these are Dark Troopers.
Those are Dark Troopers.
But very few people I've seen have made any sort of mention of this, so... I don't know, it's weird, I did a search for Star Wars Rebels Season 3 Dark Troopers, and, basically no one had mentioned it.
But they're Dark Troopers!
Surely, right, surely!
I mean, if you've got THRAWN, how could you be like, oh, they're just probably something else? No, they're Dark Troopers!
Yeah! I mean, they even look like the Stage 3 Dark Troopers, not just the early ones.
Yes.
They're the big, bulky, robotic ones.
Yes.
With black and, Okay,
I wonder if they'll
I'm
do
glad
Stage
we can agree on that.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. There's no debate. We then have a scene where Ezra is flailing his lightsaber, trying to get some Dark Troopers' attention while hanging from a rope.
Well, actually, he's deflecting their blaster bolts, but
no, he's trying to get their attention. It's a circus act. Clearly, he's just trying to show off, basically. Of course, having the person with the lightsaber behind,
yes.
Because the only things that he's deflecting are things that were objectively going to miss him. So,
probably yes.
But who knows?
Got a flash for lightsaber.
Yes. Oh, and you're absolutely right. Sabine's hair is totally purple.
Yeah.
I was looking at I was looking at a still image of it, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a different lighter tone, but
you sure it wasn't from season 2? Because it was blue there.
Probably was.
But then after the stupid little scene, we get properly serious.
Oh, that's the bat creature you mean?
Yep.
Oh yeah, fuck him. I hate him.
Yeah, exactly, and he's back again with Hondo. It's like a combination of some of the most annoying characters that have ever come out of this era of Star Wars.
You've got to forgive me. When I watch these trailers, I just pretend those scenes. I don't remember them. So
I do not blame you, my friend. But yes. So then, thankfully, the trailer takes a much darker turn.
Yes.
And we get one of the most epic build-ups that I've ever seen.
Oh god, yeah.
We have Tarkin, and then we have like this epic organ music and a Gregorian chant starts in the background. I had the biggest smile on my face while watching this.
Oh yes.
I was just so excited. And actually, my friend, you're right. We actually do see some TIE... Are they TIE Strikers or just TIE Advanced? But maybe TIE Strikers. Not sure. But you can see the TIE Fighters at about 2 minutes 11, 2 minutes 12.
Oh yes. No, they... See... What are they?
Yeah, I don't know if they're the new ones or if they're just like TIE Advanced or TIE Interceptors.
Well, they look like they could be Interceptors. But... See, the thing is... Now, this is old canon, which means
exactly.
It's bollocks. But I just have to tout because it makes sense that... why would the Death Star only have TIE Fighters? They invented the TIE Interceptor because, they realized how woefully inept their fighters were to deal with X-Wings that blew up the fucking Death Star.
Yep.
And also, technically, they have those red dots on the cockpit, which are where
true.
The lasers come from, but a TIE Interceptor should have 4 on the wings. Rather than 2 of them. But maybe I'm just getting carried away here.
No, look, I feel like the people that work on Rebels are nerdy enough to know all this stuff.
Yeah.
So...
Actually, well, to be fair, they're certainly firing from the wings.
Yeah, they are.
So...
Okay, anyway, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yes, of course, Thrawn.
That guy.
He sounds awesome.
He does.
The voice actor is actually the brother of Mads Mikkelsen. I think was it Mikkelsen or Mikkelsen? Mikkelsen, probably. Who's in Rogue One.
Okay.
As I think it's Jin's father.
All right.
And this voicing Thrawn is his brother.
Okay.
So the guy I'm talking about, Mads Mikkelsen, or whatever it is, he was the villain in Casino Royale.
Oh.
So this is his brother voicing Thrawn.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's the same sort of voice, I feel.
Yes.
It's very calm and collected and...
Yes. And as far as characterization of Thrawn, they gave us, like, in the 10 seconds we saw...
Yeah.
And the voice, they gave us, like, everything we needed to know that they have at least taken his character, and they haven't just used his character and rewritten him.
No, this is Thrawn. This is the guy that collects artwork from a civilization or group and studies it, and then uses that to figure out how they think.
Yes.
And we see all that. So like, I just like the fact that he's kind of got all this, all these elements of the Rebels characters. Like you can see a picture, for example, of Hera's parents, and Hera like as a little girl or something like that. You can see Ezra from the Imperial Academy.
Yep.
Like I think there's some of Sabine's artwork. And like all different kinds of things.
Yeah. And God, it just makes me happy.
Oh, like this is the thing. This is the best thing you could have done, like for our era of fans, like which is just kind of I guess slightly before us really, but like the sort of the 90s revival era of Star Wars, the post Return of the Jedi stuff.
Yep.
Because, he just looks perfect. Well, actually, no, I will say there is one thing that did slightly disappoint me.
What?
In all the old stuff, like all the old pictures and everything, Thrawn's eyes are genuinely, like, they are fully, like, glowing red.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas here, he's just got kind of, like, really red eyes.
Yeah.
And I kind of like what the original design was, because he just looked more menacing. I don't know, maybe it was too scary for the children or something.
Maybe, well, who knows, maybe it didn't look particularly good when they do it in motion, because we've never seen Thrawn in motion, and still shots can have him with glowing eyes, but can you imagine that character trying to be serious with, like, bright glowing eyes, like...
True. I know, it may not work, but, to be fair, it could actually just be because they would probably have to create, like, a particle system.
Yeah.
And it's probably not worth it.
Of course.
You gotta remember, Rebels is actually a pretty damn cheap show, in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Why not just use the Frostbite engine?
Hey, they do have a partnership with EA.
Exactly. They do it for everything else. Like, just use the Frostbite engine. It works for everything, apparently.
So, the thing with Thrawn, they mentioned that he is Grand Admiral Thrawn. That is what Hera calls him. And as I recall, he only became Grand Admiral at the end of the TIE Fighter game. That was like the finale of that game.
Ah, right.
So I don't know. I feel like they might have changed up the timeline a bit.
Well, they have to because
Probably,
his existence is out of time already, isn't it? Like,
no, this is about right. It was pretty soon after Palpatine formed the Empire that he went and collected Thrawn.
oh, okay, right.
And admitted him to the Imperial Navy. The interesting thing, though, and this is going to be the real point of how they approach the character. Thrawn's motivation in the original extended universe, which was probably retrospective rather than initially designed. But he originally joined the Empire as he was trying to protect the galaxy from the Yuuzhan Vong. And he thought that the Empire was the best bet at stopping the Yuuzhan Vong invasion. That's actually why he destroyed the outbound flight expedition, which was a Republic ship that was basically sent out with a bunch of high-ranking Jedi to go and explore the outer reaches of the galaxy.
Okay.
His people had already kind of gone into that territory, and they'd found the Vong, and they were just terrified of what they were.
Fair enough.
So that was kind of his rationale for supporting the Empire and trying to keep the Empire going after Return of the Jedi in the old extended universe. So I don't know what his motivation exactly is going to be in this series. I mean, we probably won't even get into it, to be fair. But
no, there'll be, as far as I'm concerned, there's no way that it will have anything to do with the Yuuzhan Vong.
No, there's no way they'll ever bring that back.
No. Well, just by the way that they've changed the timeline with, Episode 7.
Yeah, Episode 7 takes place at the same time as the Yuuzhan Vong invasion, roughly, I think.
Yeah, and I didn't see any of those fuckers.
Yeah, no, I'm quite happy for the Vong to stay...
in their own galaxy.
Yeah. But at the same time, though, it's kind of a slightly more noble motivation.
Yes.
So I don't know how they're gonna handle all that in the new canon.
Well, you've read Heir to the Empire. Is Thrawn evil?
No. Thrawn is the antithesis to Darth Vader. He is calculated, he is a military strategist, and he leads by respect, not fear.
Right.
And the thing that's fascinating in the Thrawn trilogy is that even though he is the villain, and he's constantly the villain, and he wrecks up the Republic, he is also still a really likable guy. You're fascinated by what he does.
Even with those glowing red eyes?
Yeah, that's the thing. There is certainly a person there rather than a... He's really one of the few Star Wars villains which has been significantly different to the sort of, Darth Vader's the SS officer, Palpatine is kind of like the mythological villain.
And the Hitler. Don't forget the Hitler part.
And the Hitler, yep. Whereas Grand Admiral Thrawn is really just kind of he's the military strategist. He is just the great general who wants to keep his men alive.
The Rommel.
Who wants to keep the Empire going.
He's the Rommel.
Yeah.
I like Rommel. I might have said too much for the internet just then. Josh's friend is a Nazi.
But no, we're talking about the Empire.
This is true.
That kind of fits.
Yeah. I just like the fact, they fought Darth Vader, who has been a very good, he's a very good villain for Ezra and Kanan, and Ahsoka especially, but he's a good villain to have in that storyline. But he was not a very good villain for the other characters because he outclassed them on such a scale that if they ever, could you imagine if Hera had fought Darth Vader? That would have been, that would have been the end of Hera.
Yeah, that would have been a slaughter.
So, this character, THRAWN, who I believe is famous for something, he will no doubt be the best character to have, for the rest of them and have a real threat for the rebellion.
Yeah, he could. This is the thing, though. He could probably dismantle the rebellion.
Well, yeah, that's another thing, is that he crushed the Republic. He didn't crush...
Almost. He got very, very close.
Well, I'll say he was more successful in doing it than the actual Empire was.
Yeah, and more than that, though, he was very successful in doing it with, so few resources.
Yes.
I think... I'm trying to remember that they do give the exact number of Star Destroyers that they had, and it was not many. And, every single Star Destroyer was so vitally important to his plan.
Well, especially after Jakku.
Yep, we're still waiting for that, my friend. We're still waiting for that.
Yes.
The third Aftermath novel, Empire's End.
Yes.
Where were we?
Well, I'm up to 239.
Okay, well, that's really most of the trailer. We do see Maul.
We see Maul.
Which actually, we don't see much of Maul.
No, we see we do see a fair bit of stuff. We see the Holocron together. We see the glowing green spirit.
What is that?
Dathomir.
That's you know Clone Wars better than I do. Is that supposed to be Dathomir? Is that supposed to be Night Sister stuff?
Judging by we're just going. I'm on 243.
Yep. So
you've got the ghost. You see the background. You've got. It looks like a statue because it looks like a helmet.
You're right. You are totally right.
But I would never be able to pick it. But you see Kanan. Well, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Kanan gets possessed. If you look at the frame where he's fighting Darth Maul, he has glowing green eyes.
Exactly. But what happens if Kanan gets his eyesight back?
I hadn't thought of that, but looking at this frame, you really could be right about that. He sees through the Force or something. I don't know.
Through the Matrix.
Yeah, basically.
But
it could be Dathomir, though. It really could be.
Could be. And then we get the holocrons getting smooshed together.
Yeah, where did Ezra get the Jedi holocron?
That is Kanan's holocron.
That is, okay, right.
Oh, I assume it is.
You're probably right.
Unless they bring another one.
So, yeah, I don't think I remember seeing anything about holocron fusion before.
No.
I'm not really sure what they're trying to accomplish here either, because, at the end of the trailer, of course, it explodes.
Spoiler alert, Josh.
They've seen the trailer.
Fucking better if they're listening to us go through it scene by frame by frame. I wonder what they're talking about. What is this Star Wars Rebels thing that they just won't shut up about? Actually,
it's a story from Rogue One, but apparently there's the Stormtrooper extras that they had for a sequence were actual soldiers from the Mardi or something like that. Some place I'd never heard of. And they had never heard of Star Wars and had no idea what Stormtroopers were.
Oh, fair enough.
But, thinking about the holocrons, though, I think the next character that we see, the Bendu.
The Bendu.
This is apparently an idea from George Lucas's original Star Wars concept.
Okay.
A creature that exists between the light and the dark.
Fair enough.
And he, of course, is voiced by Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor Who.
Oh, I thought I'd recognise that voice.
Yeah, I didn't know, I thought I'd recognise it so much when I first heard it, but I didn't, I needed something to tell me who it was.
You know who I was thinking of? When I was listening? I was thinking of the Skyrim greybeard guy who was.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see what you mean.
I was like, is the Dovahkiin going to come and rescue everyone? but apparently it's going to be the Doctor who does.
Yeah, it's a great voice.
Oh, it is.
And kudos, because Tom Baker doesn't do a whole lot, so I'm surprised he's doing this Star Wars show, but.
Yeah.
The Bendu apparently, though, appears in the first episode.
Oh, okay.
Kanan goes to seek him out. Or something like that.
He looks... I mean, I would not be able to speculate on that. I mean, he looks like a Minotaur, but he looks awesome.
Is it just me, or does he change appearance in different scenes? Like, there are some scenes where he looks more monstrous, and then there are some scenes where he looks a bit more kind of friendly and, like, furry.
I'm not sure. We'd probably have to get better... Have to actually see the show and get...
Yeah, I mean, I think that could just be the angles, probably.
Yeah. That
I'm thinking of. But, since this guy says, I'm the thing in between, I wonder if he might, like, shift between light and dark.
That's possible.
I don't know. Or maybe we're going all forces of corruption and we're just getting the neutral... the neutral side of the force.
Yes.
The other interesting thing I wrote down that I noticed in this sequence is you can actually see that Kanan has a different... I don't know if it's a weapon or what, but something different on his back. You can see he's holding like an elongated staff weapon. Or staff object.
Oh, you're right.
And then it's clipped onto his back afterwards, and...
For the record, just at 2 minutes 50 seconds...
Yep.
It is not attached to his back at all. It is floating in the same way that Fallout and Skyrim handles it. The Dover Kid's back! My god, he's back! In the form of floating weaponry.
It is very video gamey, isn't it? I mean, what do you think that is? Like, is that a weapon, or is that a...
it could just be a staff that, is symbolic to fighting the Bendu, or something.
Maybe? He's kind of holding it like it's something... Yeah, like, just, I don't know, it feels like some sort of weapon to me.
I'm not sure.
It's interesting, though, because, we do see Kanan using his lightsaber.
Yeah.
So, it's obviously not replacing that, but just a weird sort of oddity.
Yes.
Aside from that, we basically just have a series of action shots.
Action shots, then the holocron explodes.
Well, actually, no, we hear the holocron speak again. So, I presume that we will learn more about the identity of the voice in the holocron. And we'd better learn that it was Darth Trace.
Yes, we absolutely better.
Otherwise, I'm going to be really, really upset.
And murder Dave Filoni.
It is such a... you can't not do that, surely. I swear, if this is like Asajj Ventress's holocron or something...
Oh, God, how pissed off. I mean...
Because it's her voice actress.
Yeah.
I would be so annoyed.
Please, no.
Get the KOTOR love here.
We do see a Hoth-like battle scene.
A Hoth-like battle scene?
Well, it's a 314.
It's
actually on the planet with the battle droids.
It could be on the... Oh, hang on. I'm trying to capture the frame. Yes, you're right. There are battle droids around.
Yeah. They've got the AT-ST... I find it weird that they developed the AT-AT before they fixed up and developed the AT-ST.
Agreed. Again, I think it was just because that was Ralph McQuarrie's original sort of design.
Ah, yes.
I think that's why they did it, but I agree. We should really be seeing some more traditional-looking AT-STs.
Yes.
Well, very, very soon.
Now,
to be fair, I guess their first appearance in the movies wasn't... Well, actually, no, they were in Rogue One, so...
Yeah, the first appearance in the movies was Episode 5.
Yeah. So, that's what I was going to say. So maybe they didn't develop them until later in the new canon, but then no, they are, I'm pretty sure, in Rogue One, so...
Well, fair enough. Now, at 319...
319, yep.
There is Hera...
I missed that.
Now... That head looks particularly blue, doesn't it?
That's Thrawn. There's only one Chiss in the galaxy.
Which means we know that they're going to interact, obviously. As a character, he's going to... he's not going to just appear in the background.
No, apparently they've said that they're going to handle him a lot like they did Vader. Dave Filoni said, you're cautious on a weekly series to put them into he lost again situation. But you can't play him that way. He's way too smart. So he's talking about, if Vader was around all the time, he's just going to take our guys out. Rebels dealt with this problem by using Ahsoka, a character who could confront Vader and potentially hurt him if not defeat him. But now things are different. There's no one to defend them against Thrawn. We want to treat him like a big-time villain as much as Darth Vader, but on the strategic military side of things.
As it well should be. I love it. I just want to make one point that I'm very glad we didn't see Ahsoka at all in this trailer. There was not a whisper of her.
Well, actually, the first word is Ahsoka.
There's a whisper.
There is indeed a whisper of her.
But But there's not there's not like the Force Ghost. She's
I've got
back.
some stuff on that, by the way. I've got some notes from the Ahsoka panel.
Oh, there was a whole panel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ahsoka Untold. Or something like that.
But they already told it. You can't just untell it.
Hang on a sec, my friend. Hang on a sec.
Did they just say in the trailer a secret once learned can't be forgotten?
Yeah.
You can't untell a fucking story.
No, my friend. It's just the untold tales of Ahsoka.
I know. I'm being ridiculous, but...
Okay, so then we end with the holocron fusion.
Yes.
Oh, and also we've also got like the shot with Kanan being possessed by the green energy and looking pretty dang demonic, actually.
Yes, quite a bit.
But then we've also got the shot of Sabine with the Darksaber.
Yes.
And do you remember the Darksaber?
I do.
Yeah, so just for everyone that may not know, it was an ancient Jedi weapon stolen by the Mandalorians in the Old Republic era. It was in several Clone Wars episodes, used by Death Watch.
Death Watch!
Who else but Death Watch? Darth Maul apparently was the last one to have it, though. I think that was in the book or something. So, no idea how Sabine got it, but...
no,
yeah.
Darth Maul got it when he took over Mandalore.
Was that it?
Yes.
Okay. But I think that's really the main stuff from the trailer. The one thing I will say is that I'm getting the impression that Darth Maul is going to actually have a pretty big and constant role.
Yes, which I'm so keen for. Yay, Darth Maul, he's back!
Especially since his face, I think, was the biggest face on the poster.
Oh, God, was it?
Hang on, I'm just trying to find the poster again. Yeah, it is the biggest face on the poster.
Fair enough.
It looks so weird to me, actually, this poster, because you've got Maul giant in the background. Then, significantly small, you have Admiral THRAWN. Then you've got Ezra and Sabine. And Chopper.
And, well, they've got all the cast for matter then.
Why is Admiral THRAWN on a poster with Chopper?
Why is Maul up top? Now, is Darth Vader going to appear at all in this season?
We don't know. Probably not for a while, it would seem.
No. Which is a good thing.
Yeah, although I would like to see a sequence with THRAWN and Vader.
Oh, that would be nice.
That would just be awesome, and, particularly because they've got such conflicting styles of command.
That would be nice, I'd love that.
But I think that covers most of the Rebels stuff. Continuing on the THRAWN train, I did want to note that we are actually getting a brand new novel.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, it's titled THRAWN, and it's written by Timothy Zahn, who of course wrote the THRAWN trilogy.
Yes. This
is his first new canon book, so that has me very, very excited because, as we've been listening to the new canon book club that Jesse Cox runs, this has not been a good selection of books.
No.
Especially not compared to what we had in the early days of the original extended universe. So, I'm very, very excited. I think this will probably be the first new canon book that I actually buy. Just because I really want to see how they work him in.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And I've got a little under a year to wait. So, yeah. Before I get on to the Ahsoka stuff, do you have any other things to say about the Rebels content?
No, we didn't see any Agent Kallus in there.
No, we didn't.
And that's all right, only except the fact that
they were building him.
They were building him as not necessarily a turncoat, but as someone who was clearly getting sick of the Empire.
You know what would be fascinating, actually? If he worked for THRAWN.
That would be cool.
Because he would then see a completely different side of the Empire.
Yes.
Assuming THRAWN is, like THRAWN was in the books.
Yes, I hope they get that right.
That would be fascinating. So rather than making him a turncoat and just doing that simple transition, we could just make him one of the better Empire guys.
Yeah.
So, there is a lot of potential here. I am shocked, though, that he didn't appear at all. When I think about it, it's a strange absence given how common he was prior to this.
Exactly, and it's not like they made his character most interesting, rather than they left him off at a point where he should be appearing. So
yeah, I wanted to see him before Series 2 came to a close again.
Yeah.
So I'm actually, I'm a little bit worried actually then.
Oh, okay, one other thing which I just have to mention that we did not see any of is helicopters.
Yes. Yes, at no point do we see a helicopter. Actually, in fact, at no point, aside from Maul, do we see a red lightsaber.
No.
Which could mean that the Inquisitors are bye-bye.
I feel like they could totally do it. And Maul is going to be the exception. So Maul will be driving, I think, Ezra's and Kata's story to a degree.
I think completely, yes.
But the fact that THRAWN is a military commander, we're going to see the rebellion this time as like...
We have to.
Yeah.
We absolutely have to. So, it'll be interesting to see how they balance that, each week with a 20-minute episode.
Yes.
I certainly don't envy them the task.
It's going to be interesting.
Actually, I'll throw out just one more thing then. In an interview, Filoni also revealed that THRAWN has actually been on the wish list for a really long time.
Oh, he has?
Apparently, from the start, they've been thinking about where to put him in at Lucasfilm. So, yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
So, I mean, it's nice because it shows that they at least are aware. And it gives me hope for, Mara Jade, Kyle Katarn, etc., etc.
Well, it's always good when they, reference old canon. It's good when they do that because I didn't want them to rewrite everything.
No,
they've rewritten
more than I wanted.
Yes, but as long as they keep a few characters and a few things, it keeps it Star Wars.
Definitely. And it's just fun. Because it's, like, someone like THRAWN, we've never seen in any sort of medium aside from books.
Yeah.
Well, he appeared in TIE Fighter.
Oh, yes.
And he was with a horrible voice acting. Genuinely horrible voice acting. The only problem, I guess, with this aspect of THRAWN is that it is THRAWN in his least interesting era.
Yes, that's true.
Of course, he's still very much under the thumb of all these other Imperials. He's not the one in control of the entire Empire. So...
Yes, well, they'd have to do quite a character rewrite to make him that while Palpatine's still alive.
Yeah, no, it would be very, very difficult. But, very, very excited, very interested. Just on the Ahsoka issue, I just wanted to say that in the panel, they showed off a bunch of, behind-the-scenes stuff of, stories for Ahsoka which never got made for Clone Wars.
Right.
So, for example, they had a story where she met with Anakin and Obi-Wan, and the episode ended with them getting called away to go and save the Chancellor. So the last season of Clone Wars, if they actually had gotten to make it, it was going to end where Episode 3 begins.
Right.
There was some interesting stuff from that, but Dave Filoni stated that his intention was that Ahsoka died in the Season 2 finale.
Okay.
However, he said that fan response is making him reconsider that.
Oh, please no.
Yeah. And, of course, when he said that, the audience goes, ah!
Of course.
Just let someone die.
Exactly. If you don't... People die in Star Wars.
See, it's alright. It's alright for a really wrong-running character to die and their death to be meaningful.
And it was. It was so meaningful.
But, he does say that, even if she's not alive, though, from what they're hinting at, it sounds like we will be seeing her again in some form. So probably some sort of flashback or...
hologram or something.
Maybe hologram. I guess maybe if they meet with Obi-Wan, you could see some sort of flashback like that.
Ah, yes.
Which, I mean, I still kind of hope that they don't meet with Obi-Wan, but it would be cool. So it was Ahsoka's Untold Tales. Because the other thing is, of course, we're also getting that Ahsoka novel.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
This is the thing, if they do meet with Obi-Wan, it would be weird for Episode 4, because Obi-Wan... the message that Leia lives is years ago you helped my father during the Clone Wars. It's like, well, and also it turns out a few months ago you helped a few of our other rebels save something or destroy something on Tatooine. So it turns out you're a really nice guy.
Wait, Dizzy, it just occurred to me. Why does Leia know where Obi-Wan is?
Who knows?
I never thought of that.
Yeah. Maybe
he did get out of it. Maybe he visited Jimmy Smits.
Maybe. Who knows? That's interesting.
I'd be surprised, especially given the stuff in the comics, but...
Well, at the end of episode 3, it was never mentioned, but maybe he's like, hey, Leia's dad, I'm gonna hang out on Tatooine, okay?
It's interesting to think about that. There's probably room for something there.
Yeah.
And, I suppose the other thing will be, are we going to see Bail Organa? Are we going to see Leia again?
Well, we know we're going to see Han Solo.
Well, not in Rebels.
No.
I hope.
That would be awful, wouldn't it?
I mean, I guess we're only 2 years out, so it's not impossible, but... I mean, we met Lando.
It's true.
So...
Well, does that more or less conclude our Rebels discussion?
Yes. Actually, just to give you the quote, okay. Dave Filoni said, I'm not going to say in what way, but it's likely that you might not have seen the last of Ahsoka Tano.
Right.
The quote actually says Tana. But
I
think it's just IGN.
Yeah, sure it's IGN's fuck up, not his.
But yes, that's probably all we can really say on Star Wars Rebels, so join us next time when we discuss Rogue One.
Yes, and that sizzle reel.
And Episode 8.
Yes.
And the Darth Vader VR movie.
I haven't even heard of that one.
Yes, we'll talk about that.
and possibly Battlefront.
Yes, and Battlefront. Oh, with so much Star Wars. Okay, guys, so I guess just to wrap up, Rebels Season 3 starts in, as the Americans say, the fall. The autumn for most of the world, and spring for us here in Australia. It is very confusing, isn't it?
No, I just like your jab at the Americans, as the Americans say, fall.
I just always find fall a really basic name, because they still have summer, spring, winter, all these names that I believe come from Latin.
It's true, they don't
and then fall.
They don't call, spring the grow.
No.
They don't call summer the hot, and winter the I think
we should, though.
We should.
It's currently the brrr here in Australia. So.
It is. Although not so much as it was a few weeks ago.
No, today has been really quite spring summery.
Yes, quite pleasant.
Okay, why not? That concludes Star Wars Rebels Season 3. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Fairly well.
THRAWN!
THRAWN!